What's going on, guys? TK Pryor with Master Wealth Builders LLC. And I've told my story multiple times, and it surprises me that it doesn't really resonate with people. But honestly, I started into the finance business because my mother financed me. My mom passed away. She left me a family trust with an annuity. And, my mother's lawyer contacted me. Then the insurance company contacted me, and they said, hey, send us some paperwork, prove who you are, and we have a check for you. So that is like, wow. One, I'm surprised and I'm honored that my mother loved me enough to want to set that up. And I said, well, let me get licensed to figure out how to help other families that look like me set this up. That's how I got started. And I never looked or walked into this thinking it was going to be hard to offer someone financial empowerment, generational wealth, an escape from taxes, an escape from probate. I was like, no, this makes sense. This is what other communities do every, time I hear about a story. It comes from someone that doesn't look like me. It comes from another community. I hear these stories. I hear the mom left them a check. I hear that they didn't have to pay taxes. I hear that they get to live a better life. And then my mom did it for me. So I was like, this is a positive thing. This is something that my community needs. Let's get on this bandwagon. Let's bring this to the community that I'm a part of and show them, hey, this is what these other people have always been doing. You know what I'm saying? This is some information that could change your life, change your children's life. So that's how I entered this community. And I was at a point in my career, 20 years IT, where I plateaued. You reach a certain age, people don't want to hire you. You reach a certain income level, people don't want to pay you that. And COVID happened. So once I left Deloitte, I haven't been able to get to that level of success or that level of pay. So it all hit at the same time. And I transitioned into the world of finance to say, let me create my own lane, create my own income, start my own company, help other families use financial tools that they can excel, you know what I mean? Put these tools in place in their life so that their money works for them, so that they have some residual income coming back into their house, and it's tax-free, sometimes tax-deferred. Let me show other people how to do this, man. This is positive. This is a great business model, helping people. The only way I get paid is if I help someone else. I don't get a dime. All my consultations are free. You just click the link in my bio. We sit down and we talk. And I say, hey, I have 4 IMOs that I'm contracted with. Let me figure out what financial tool can help you get from point A to point B. And then I help people. And I go to those people and I say, I'm trying to get other people to understand that this works. Are you willing to do a testimonial? And they say, I'll think about it. I'm blown away how much contention exists in my community. I really walked into this with a positive heart saying, you know what? I don't care what the fight's going to be. I'm going to get through to somebody. Because if I talk to you and I say, do you have a family trust? Because my mom set one up for me. And you say, no action. You're not interested because you don't respond and you don't act on it. Right? You sign some papers and then you get a will. You get a trust. And then your family's protected. But because you don't take interest in it, obviously you're not responding to what I have to say. So I'm like, okay, wow, that's amazing to me. This is not a negative thing that's going to hurt you. This is something that's going to empower your children. This is something that's going to help. And you're like, no response, no action, no follow through. And I'm like, oh my God, why is it that there's so many points of contention? Why is it people not willing to react to financial tools that really empower your household? These things allow your money to work for you. These are assets. How many people understand that the contract that you sign is an asset and your net worth goes up by the amount you just signed for? And it's something that you can lean on, borrow against, and use as a reference, a credit reference. All of these things are positive. It's like, oh my God, these are things that we need, right? These are the things that we should be focused on. Instead of being the biggest consumers on the planet that finance every other race and every other industry, how about we redirect some of our funds? How about we refocus some of our energy and start spending money on things that make money? How about we create the pension check that we want? How about we actually utilize leverage insurance to create wealth? This is something that I've paid to be in rooms to learn. I've paid $2,000 to go to a class to figure out what the people who have what I don't have are doing. Oh, this is what you guys are doing. I paid to be in the room, so they explained it to me. And they gave me the breakdown. This is a financial tool. This is a instrument that can multiply your money. Oh my God, let me bring this back to my community. This can multiply my money. This can help us. This can help anyone who uses it. This is anyone that applies this financial tool can multiply their money. They can get tax-free income. They can get a income for life in retirement. They can actually get a index strategy that has a gain with no loss. They can actually participate in something that never loses a dime of any money that you put into it. I'm like, this is so positive. Let's go. We're going to empower our community. We're going to elevate our people. I'm going to make some strides. I'm going to really break down some economic doors because people don't bring this information to my community. Most of us don't focus on this lane. They don't do the research. They don't do the homework. They don't pay $2,000 to go to a class. You know what I mean? But if I'm a licensed agent, now I can help people. Now I can bring this solution to your household. I can empower your economic base. Let's go. And I have so much resistance. So many people who never follow through. 3 simple questions. Do you have a family trust? The first part of a trust is a will. Do you have an IUL? The first part of an IUL is in case you get a medical emergency, you get a check while you're still alive. So that's a living benefit. That's not a death benefit. Do you have an FIA? An FIA creates a pension, a retirement check, because the longer you pay into it, the more it indexes and grows, and it's all tax deferred. It's just like an IRA, but it earns more and you can contribute more. That's the distinction between an FIA and an IRA, because an IRA has a cap on it, right? Where an FIA is uncapped. So I'm like, I have some financial tools. I can empower my community, and I just want to say, hey, you are not interested, but somebody out there is. I can help someone out there. So I keep going, and I power through the negativity, and I say, you know what? You're not the right one. Next. Let me help somebody. Let me empower somebody. Because if you do this, if you pay your rent for 20 years, you don't get nothing back from it. But if you pay an IUL for 20 years, if you pay an FIA for 20 years, if you pay Kaizen for only 5 years, it's going to help you. It's going to put money back in your house. Let's go. Click the link in my bio. Let's get started. I want to help as many people out there that's willing to listen. If this is for you, let's get started.